Hello, my name is Stormy Benzie, and this is Rayna. And today we are doing a lesson on reading comprehension for second grade. Now, the reason that reading comprehension is important is because you need to not only know how to read, but you also need to know what you're reading, like remembering facts from it and why it's important and things like that. So today, the story we're going to read is Pen Pal. Do you know what a pen pal is?
Yeah. So say your best friend moved far away and then you liked writing notes to him. So you'd write a note to him and then they'd keep writing back and forth.
Like a letter? And does it have to be someone you know? Can you get a pen pal that's a stranger?
Yes.
Yes, you can. So yeah, it's just like you said, it's like sending notes or letters back and forth in the mail and getting to know someone who lives somewhere that's different than you, getting to know someone different than you. All right, so here's a story, Pen Pals. Like I said, we're just going to read this. And then after we're reading it, I have a couple questions for you, but just read it. Like I said, if you have any troubles with any words, I'll help you out. So here we go.
We are learning how to write friendly letters at school. I don't mind writing practice letters, but it would be more fun to write a real letter to someone. Just as I was thinking about it, our teacher, Miss Snow, said that we really are going to write a letter to someone. We all started talking at once. Miss Snow asked us to be quiet down again so that she could finish. She said we are going to write the
Two second graders
in English to see what life is like in England. That sounds so cool. I couldn't wait to get started. Miss Snow handed out the names of our pen pals and asked us to use what we learned about friendly letters to write our pen pal. My pen pal's name is Oliver. The only thing Miss Snow said we had to include in our letter were 2 questions.
Yep, there's 2 questions. So yeah, they're going to write pen pal, before we go over this, they're going to write to a pen pal in England. And so that's what the teacher just told them. Their teacher's name was Miss Snow. And so this girl here, she's about to get a pen pal from England. And they have to ask them 2 questions. That's where we left off. So those are the 2 questions. We'll start with here. What's the first question?
Which holiday do you celebrate during the year? What do you like to play? We also had to answer those questions in our letters. She said we could add any other details about things we like to do and what school is like here if we wanted to. It took a few weeks, but the day we got the letters back from our pen pals was an exciting one. Oliver plays video games like we do over here. Their holidays are a lot of the same holidays we celebrate, like April Fool's Day. Oliver told me about a prank he was going to play on his dad. One holiday they celebrated that I don't is Boxing Day. It was interesting to see what is the same, what is different about living in different countries. I can't wait to learn more about my new pen pal.
Good job. All right. So yeah, I noticed that there was a story in there, or not a story, a sentence. So I think that it was weird. Let me read it really quick. What holiday they celebrate that I don't? I guess it's not. It just like when I read it, it says one holiday they celebrate that I don't is Boxing Day, but I was thinking that I needed to say that I don't know is Boxing Day, but after I read it again, it sounds fine. All right, perfect. So here, I'll let you keep a hold of that because now we're going to go over a few questions and you can look back in the story if you have to. So I'm just going to give you this and a pencil, and you just work on when you write things down for this. We're going to go over it one-on-one out loud. We just write down, you can spell things with your best ability. Sorry, I'm having troubles talking today. All right. So the first question is, who are the characters in the story?
Oliver.
Yep. All right. So if you can find it in there.
And Miss Snow.
And then there was one more person. There's Oliver, Miss Snow, and that girl, the person who's writing the story, the student. It doesn't say her name, but you can write that down. You can write Oliver if you need to. You can look for the story if you need to find it. Perfect. And then the other character would be probably the student, the person that's writing the letter, because they talk about themselves in it, and so they'd be the other character in our story. S-T-U. Sorry, I can spell it for you. And then what do you think is the next letter? Yep. Perfect. Yep, you got it. All right. And okay, the second question. It says, what are the 2 questions that the student had to include in their letters? They say, how much time do we have? 7. I'm just curious. Which holidays do they celebrate? Yep, I know that's one of those tricky letters that are all really similar. A B and a D. It's easy to get them mixed around. All right, that's a good job. I mean, you can just tell me the other one since you wrote that one down. And then what was the second one?
What do you like to play?
So if we were just going to answer those questions for ourselves, what holidays do we celebrate during the year? You don't have to you can just name a couple. You don't have to name them all. There's a lot.
New Year, Valentine's, April Fool's.
That's good. Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember what holiday they said in the story that they celebrate and we celebrate? You said it.
April Fool's Day.
Yep. All right, so let's keep going this. It says, why do you think it is important to talk to people who live differently from you? So we don't have to write this one down just because we can just talk about it a little. Why do you think it's important that we learn about people who live like in a different country?
So if you wanted to live there, you could learn about people who live there. So to make up your mind if you do want to live there, so you know what to do and stuff.
Right, you could do that. You could also, it just helps you get to know people and understand them better. It's always good to just know people.
And if they speak a different language, like one of my classmates named Stephanie, she speaks Spanish, and she teaches us Spanish.
Right, yeah, that's another really good one, yep. Okay, and it says, right, how else is another way that the main character could eventually communicate with their pen pal? So if they decided to not just write letters.
They could call them.
Yes, they could, yeah, you can write that one down. That one's a shorter one. Any other ways they could do it? Right, especially nowadays, there's so much technology. Any other ways, something they could do with like a computer? Yep, you spelled that right. That's right.
They can message them.
They could also, video chat, so they could see each other over the screen so they actually know what each other look like. It's an A, but yeah, it would be... It's message, but that was pretty close.
Message.
They can message, and you don't have to write it all down. You can say you can put, good job. All right. And if you were going to pick someone that you would like to write a letter to, someone you don't know maybe, or even if it's just someone from another, well, who would it be and why? Or even if you don't know someone's name specifically, a type of person.
Someone in Mexico.
Yeah, and why is that? You don't have to write it down again. I mean, you can if you want, but it's just, we could talk about it.
Because I want to learn how to do Spanish better.
You want to learn how to speak Spanish better? That's a pretty good reason to go down there, and that's the best way to learn, they tell you, is going down and being involved in, the culture and the town, and you learn being involved. All right, so that's pretty good. Those are some
French.
Yeah, well, French, that would be cool too. Yeah, French, you go over to Paris and learn that. That'd be really cool. If I was to go somewhere, I want to go to Greece. Apparently, next year, we're talking about traveling to Japan. So, lots of different exciting things. But all right, that was wonderful. We did such a good job. Let's see, let me look over here and see if there's anything else that I want to go over. That was really good. So again, just like we said, having a pen pal is really important because it can help us learn about people who are different than us. Like you said, if you had a pen pal with someone who was down in Mexico, maybe you guys could write back and forth about ways to say different words, and that would help you learn more. But alrighty, you did such a good job. Thank you so much for your help today. You can if you want, yeah. All right, thank you so much for your help. Again, Rayna, you did such a good job. I'm glad that you were able to take your time to help me after you had a full day of school. So thank you again, and we'll say bye to my teacher. Say bye.
Bye.